Hello, how I use trend line to time a swing trading entry. Well, let's take a look at our watch list here, and we are going to take a look at NVR. So we'll go to maximum daily chart, NVR, and today is November 19, 2025, and yesterday the price went up. The price is green, so that means the price at the end of the day was higher than the morning price. But when you are looking at it, it's going down. Like when you are looking at it from far, we have the dates from the on the S-axis from the past to the present, and then we have the price from 0 up. So when we are looking at NVR right now, it's going down and it seems to be heading toward this trend line. So we trace those trend lines to be our entry point. So we selected trend lines passing by the valley of the mountain to be where we want to buy. So we have two lines that we trace, and they all are longer than 1 year time frame. So when you look at NVR, we purchased a multiple times in 2024 using short up trend line swing trading strategy, and we purchased it along those two trend lines. And then we purchased it again, and then it was done going up. It pulled back from that trend line to this support line, which I assume will be a valley line because it touch point with that line and continue up. So when it start going up from there, I purchase it again, and I have arrows on the chart to show where I purchase. So I purchased it right there. It went up, and then it was done going up, and then I got stuck in it. I didn't sell the stock, and when it was around this support line making higher lows there, I saw few higher lows there. I purchased it again, and I like to wait for those higher lows to just give myself a confirmation that it's done going down, since it has been on the making lower lows. When it's making lower lows, you'll have a downtrend. This low is lower than that one, which is lower than that one, and so forth. So when it start making higher low, even that day that I purchased, I don't know if I purchased it this day or that day, but I have this low that is higher than this one, which is higher than this one, which is higher than this one. So 3 higher lows, and I purchased it. But even though I try to look for that confirmation to see if it's down going down, it turned around shortly after to come back down. Went up, I became positive in it for a while. If I put my mouse there, anything above it, I'm positive. Anything below it, I'm negative. Then I became positive for the majority of time, but then shortly, this past few weeks, I'm negative in it, in this purchase. Clearly, I'm negative in this one because the corresponding price is above any price here. So it has not gone up to the level that I purchased it yet. And I purchased it at this because I purchased that one in 2024 when I was using short option and swing trading strategy. I just kept in the portfolio, and in 2025, with our long option and swing trading strategy that we are implementing in 2025, I bought it at this support line, but it seems not to be the valley line because clearly it pulled back, and I have this valley line that it might touch base with it. If it touch base with it, we might buy some more. So that is how I use trend line for this trade. So when we go to maximum monthly chart, we can take a look at the trend line that is on. So clearly it has been on the rise for a while now. So it could be the support line that I bought it at might just be a temporary valley line or a support line supporting the upside wall of the mountain. But there is a chance it might try to come back down, even this low. So in 2020, going into 2026, I could have this to be a possibility for me to buy at. And if you reach this one, I might buy one more and just keep observing it. But there is a chance it might try to come back down to this, or might just want to rest on this. But as for this one, I have seen some stocks that has been on the rise have that growth, but then they will try to pull back away from what has been the valley line for the past 3, 4, 5 years. So there is a chance that this may not be the valley line, but a supporting line supporting the upside wall of the mountain. So, and I think with our strategy to buy at the valley line, when they start going up from there, require us to know what the valley line is, because for stocks that have this growth in them, they can be on the rise for years, and it can be a little bit challenging to distinguish the wall supporting the upside wall of the mountain, the supporting, the supporting line supporting it from the valley line, when the valley line is upward, sharply upward, as much as the supporting wall of the mountain. So one of the two, clearly this is supporting the upside wall of the mountain if it's breaching it, coming lower. So, and I think that is a challenge, that is a learning process for me to try to distinguish the valley line from the supporting wall of the mountain, because those supporting line could be longer as well for those type of stocks that have quite a bit of growth in them. We are going to move to one more that we are going to work on together, is ORLY. And ORLY, I'm not sure I purchased it this year yet, because I'm trying to wait to buy at this valley line, and it is a long valley line, because those valley lines are years, and it has not come down to it. It reached a new high, that is all-time high. Since we are using a maximum daily chart, that is all-time high in the history of this stock, and not too long ago it reached that. So we don't know if it's going down to this valley line or just resting there and go back up. You can see that it's climbing this mountain, resting on this support line, and this time it went a little bit below it. So I don't know if that support line ended, is coming down to this or not, but we prefer to wait to buy at this valley line. That is pretty much how we are trying not to time it exactly right, but close enough so that we don't get trapped in it for a long period of time before it turn around and start going up. And the process is to buy at the valley line when it start going up from the valley line, and sell it after a new high is reached. And for this type of stocks where it will be on the rise for a while, another learning point is to know for how long it tends to be on the rise, to see if we can stay in the trade after the first new high is reached, if we can stay in the trade for the same amount of time or half that time frame, so that we can lock in a good amount of profit before we get out. Because once we get out, to get back in at the valley line could take a while, and you can see how it has been on the rise. So we select this to be our entry point, and we are waiting to see it there, so therefore we are not buying it. But again, it could decide that this is just too sharp to be a valley line and might want it to come back low. We are not entirely sure, but for the time being, we like to select this to be our valley line. It has been resting on it and pull a little bit away from it every few years. But because it is now pulling too far away from this valley line, if you buy it on that valley line, it might just be a good idea to to hold on to it for the time frame that you think it might be claiming that line. So we can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years it has been on that rise. So you cannot just get in and get out a year later, when five for 5 years, for the following 5 years, you won't even have time to buy it again on the value line that you purchased it before. So, but with this value line, because it's not too far from, let's see, this will be a stock to for a short-term investment, because it's not too far from that value line. If you are buying it at this value line, you can see if it's just better you hold on to it for longer before you sell it. Although it has been higher away from it in this area, but when you are comparing this value, this rise, if it's going to come back down to this value line, then it makes sense to lock in that profits before it comes back down. And that will be the difference between somebody that is investing in it without selling it. If it's going to come back down to this, then this growth will now be captured and locked in to your account. Your money will be growing steadily along this value line. So we are going to continue observing it to see if this is going to be the new value line. It's not going to come back down to here, and if it's going up from here, we might buy some. But this is, pretty much those two that we are going to use to illustrate how I use trend line to time a swing trading entry. And it does not work every time exactly, but again, it is a learning process to continue doing it and to continue improving. So we have NVR that we purchased in October, and we purchased it again in March this year. So in October 2024, we paid $9,800 for it, and then in March, when it went back, that's the second purchase that we made, $1,700. We purchased it again, and as you can see, we have not sold any of those yet. So that means we are negative in those, but we are not selling it. And that is the things. To mitigate the risk, you want to choose good stocks to swing trade, so that if you pay a high price for it, you purchase it at the wrong level of the chart, you can just let it be in your portfolio, because they are growth stocks. It will come back to that level. It's just a matter of time. And that is why I don't like to set stop loss to lock in my losses, and or to minimize my losses. I just let it be, learn from that experience to do better. Next time I'm going to buy that stock again, and I tend to put those arrows to landmark where I'm purchasing, where I'm selling. But by looking at this stock with this growth, there is no point of selling it at a loss when at some point it's going to go back up. It is a growth stock, and that is why that is the type of stocks I like to swing trade. I like to short-term invest in, and therefore I don't set a stop loss when I'm negative in it. I just let it be in the portfolio. So thank you so much for watching our videos. We thank you very much for your time. We thank you very much for your comments, and thank you very much for subscribing to our channel. I'm Afiavi Liberman, Girls of Liberman Consulting L.L.C YouTube channel, and NinaSoap.com our blog. On our channel and on our blog, we share different ways to save money and different ways to make money to reach your financial independence, where you do not depend on an employer to provide for your family. And swing trading is one way to make money, just that small. Keep in mind that your goal is to make profit with each swing trade, and take your time with it. Carefully choose your stock to be a stock that you can invest in long term and swing trade it along the way. Thank you so much for your time. And this video is brought to you by our online store, Liberman.com. If you are looking for a tote bag, at least a tote bag, please check it out. We sold to sell, and that is one way we make money. for more of our swing trading tips, will you please check the playlist in the description of this video. Thank you.